Hi guys, I need to or want to discuss something. It is in regards to everything that is happening in the Gulf and what's happening in Louisiana now and what's happening along the Mississippi River. Okay, now this came out dated December the 28th, and so if you get this, it's a day late, and it was 2012. So this comes out of St. Louis. The Mississippi River drops and it's threatening barge traffic. Okay, now the Mississippi River level is dropping again, and the barge industry trade groups warned Thursday that the river commerce could essentially come to a halt as early as next week in an area south of St. Louis. It says the Army Corps of Engineers representative said that the ice on the northern Mississippi River is reducing the flow more than expected in the middle part of the river that is already at a low water point unseen in decades. The river level is now expected to get 3 feet at Thebes, Illinois. Now Thebes, the town or city in Illinois, that reminds me of that ancient city in Egypt, by the way. I just thought I'd bring that up, throw that out there, if that means anything. But anyway, this is in Thebes, Illinois. It says it was 3 feet at Thebes, Illinois gauge on January the 6th. A juncture that could force new limitations. Worse still, that the long range of forecast for the National Weather Service calls for the river to keep falling, reaching 2 feet on January the 23rd. Wow, that's pretty bad. Let me see here. The trade groups renew their call for presidential actions requiring the Corps of Engineers to increase the flow of water from an upper Missouri River dam in South Dakota. Now remember these states, because it's going to be vital to what I'm going to talk about here, because I'm going to show you a number of maps here. And what I think that may go off well, it's only in due time that all this will go off. It says the Corps cut the flow by 2/3 in November because of the drought conditions in that region, reducing the amount of the Missouri River water flowing into the Mississippi. Now, the depth of the Mississippi is regulated by dams north of St. Louis, and the depth increased south of Cairo, Illinois, where the Ohio River converges. But roughly the 180-mile stretch from St. Louis to Cairo is approaching record lows. Experts say that if the barges stop moving, that the potential impact on shipments of essentials such as corn, grain, coal, petroleum could reach into the billions of dollars. Drafts or portions of each barge that is submerged are already limited to 9 feet in the middle Mississippi. If the river gauges gets to 3 feet at Thebes, the Coast Guard may be forced to limit drafts even further. Restricted drafts means less cargo per barge, and so on. Okay, well, I'm going to get to the map here. I'm going to leave links to this so you can read this fully, because what I need to talk about are the maps and what is going on about this sinkhole getting larger and larger in Louisiana. You remember me talking about that? Okay, first I want to show you again the Batman map, okay, the one from the Dark Knight Rises. Okay, I had mentioned this map earlier in another video about the Sandy Hook. Okay, we understand that this is what I call a multiple event map, because what is going to take place is what they're telling us in movies, in the movies, are things that they are going to set off. As you can see here again, there's Strike Zone 1. Strike Zone 2 is up here. Strike Zone 3 and Strike Zone 5. Okay. Now, here, if you look at the map down there in Louisiana, right here, where the river flows, this is called the Queens River. And these are a number of cities right here, but they've been flooded out. So, is this telling us that when this goes off down in Louisiana and this floods up through here, it's going to flood out all these cities that are along like the Texas and Louisiana? It's all not going to make sense on this map, but I'll show you here on the other maps to show you what I'm talking about. Because the incident that happened in Sandy Hook and the Hurricane Sandy that hit New York and New Jersey, they're all on that satanic ley line, okay? And any of those ley lines that hit any of these areas, they're going to plan something. It's just only a matter of time that all this stuff is going to go off. This is just what I figured, what I had been talking about since then, because it is going to go off, but it's only a matter of time when. I can't tell you that from there. This is something that I found. It was quite interesting because it mentioned a prophecy that would affect New York City and California, Florida, Chicago, Cleveland, Ohio, and they talk about mega earthquakes that will take place in these regions. And plus, this prophecy also mentioned the New Madrid and the Mississippi River mega quakes as well. And I'm not sure if they gave any dates. No. I thought I saw a date here. Oh yeah. It says somewhere by 2019 or the year 2020 is quite possible time for a full invasion by the enemies of the United States after they see that America is going to be weakened by these earthquakes. Then countries like Russia, China, Mexico, Cuba, and Iran, and I think some other countries that will attack America because we will be weakened by all this devastation. So this was an interesting prophecy here, where I was just reading this, and but the dates might be off some, but I've been hearing this so many times, guys, about this prophecy and about what actually is taking place right now. Particularly is proof down there in Louisiana about the sinkhole, it's only a matter of time that will go off. And if you're in harm's way, I do suggest that you make your plans to move away from the area, because they are bent on doing this. The Illuminati, they're satanic, and they're all crazy. And if you don't move, they'll move for you. They'll move you. They'll do it for you, basically. It's a very serious thing, guys, and this is no playing around, really. So it's going to be your choice. Okay. The interstates that were mentioned in this map, there was an Interstate 65, and this is Interstate 65. Interstate 65 runs from all the way down here towards Alabama. See, Louisiana is right here, but it runs from Alabama all the way up to the Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, through Indiana. Okay. And this map is called the Biofuels Corridor I-65. Okay, follow me? Okay. Now, this is Interstate 35. Now, it runs from Laredo, Texas. It starts in Laredo, Texas. And it goes all the way up. And here's Kansas City right here. Okay, and then as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but according to the elites, Newport would be in Kansas City. So 35 runs all the way through Kansas City. But it also goes all the way up to Duluth in Minnesota. All the way past here, Wisconsin and Minnesota. Well, there's been like a lot of booms, a lot of explosions going on in this region. What I've been told. So, in that case, what they're trying to go off here, are they trying to shake loose this and weaken this geological structure here of the United States, so all this what's going on down here can go off down here in Louisiana? Well, they're really working on it. Okay, now this map I'll show here is from Google Earth. Now you see I-65 that runs through here, I just showed you. Okay, and then here's I-35 that runs from, I told you, Laredo all the way to Duluth up this way. Okay. Okay, you remember the U.S. Navy map? I don't know if you guys remember that. I'll look that up. Hold on a second. Okay, here is the map right here. This is the U.S. Navy future map of America, what it's going to look like after, because here's your I-35 on this side, and here is your I-65 going through this way on this side. Right smack dab in the middle, right where the Mississippi River is and where the new Madrid Fault line is. Okay, and here's the other map. As you can see, the blue is the water. It's covered by water. Doesn't look too good, does it? I'm close to the end of this video. I did want to discuss about Obama signing into law Map 21 and transportation's physical cliff, and I'm sure you've heard about that. So I'll discuss this and much more in part 2, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.